Perfect. All right. All right. Let's communion it up. I'll just send it in the group message that starting communion. It is. Let's just say I'm set for probably until I leave for Thailand.
Probably. That's a lot of coffee.
All right.
Make sure to wash your hands before handling bread, otherwise it's unclean.
Hey, David, you don't mind honoring us with praying into communion? Ethan, you don't mind honoring us praying into Bible reading, and I'll pray us out?
All right. Well, dear God, we're gathered here today to study your word and to remember your sacrifices. You died for our sins, and so you take these elements, this bread and this juice, and we use them to remember your blood spilled and your body broken. Amen.
Amen. It's weird to me. I feel like this donut, box donut, is better after a couple days of it being open. I've never said that for a donut before. It's like Jesus' death aged better after 3 days. I'm like on the knife's edge of taking this in an unworthy manner. I need to consider myself. Let's take a moment and say, King Jesus, you're good. Thank you for this wonderful time. Thank you that when we operate out of your rule, operating your role just as flourishing communities. And that's how you call us in reflection of serving you, is being purposeful, flourishing communities. Being the life giver that you are. So I thank you. Thank you so much, Jesus, for this death and resurrection. That you enabled these good things where we can actually eat a donut. I'm thankful in remembrance of you. Chocolate donuts and coffee pair really well.
I think just donuts and coffee pair really well.
All right. Ooh, that's bitter. All right. Let's do some power reading. This is the end of the world as we know it. I don't mind. Okay. Oop, that's lopsided. All right, can you mind straighten that? You have to like correct it extra, and then it'll. There we go. All right. You ready for reading, David?
I am.
All right. I am sharing my screen. All right. Ethan, well, lead us.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this time that you've given us tonight. As we prepare to read your scriptures, I ask that you would open our hearts and minds to be able to understand that which is
Amen.
Luke 21, verses 5 through 19. Some people were talking about the temple, saying how wonderfully it was decorated, its beautiful stones and dedicated gifts. Yes, said Jesus, but the days will come when everything you see will be torn down. Not one stone will be standing unmoved. Teacher, asked him, when will these things happen? What will be the sign that is all about to take place? Watch out that nobody deceives you, said Jesus. Yes, lots of people will come using my name, saying, I'm the one, and the time has come. Don't go following them. Hear about wars and rebellions. These things have to happen first. The end will come at once. And one nation will rise against another, and one kingdom against another. There will be huge earthquakes, famines, and plagues, terrifying moments, and great signs from them. Before all this happens, they will lay hands on you personally. They will hand you over to the synagogues and prisons. They will drag you before kings and governors as a leader. That will be an opportunity for you to tell your story. So settle it in your hearts not to look out beforehand until the time. Give you a map of grace from you, which none who are harmless will be able to resist. You'll be betrayed by parents, brothers and sisters, relatives and friends, and they will kill some. You'll be hated by everyone because of me. But no hair of your head will be lost. The way to keep your peace is to be patient.
All right. Now, I'm wondering, you're reading this. So we know that, as we talked about many times, that right here, we know Jesus is talking about that the physical temple that they're talking about will be torn down. I'm just wondering what you guys think when you guys read this part. Do you guys think this is still around the time of the disciples? Is this much later on? What do you guys think?
I'm. Sure. Because, well, the persecution of Christians definitely happened in the immediate aftermath of Christ's ministry. Um, yeah, I don't know. If nothing else, it certainly seems like these warnings are still pertinent into the modern day.
Hmm.
And, admittedly, we have it a lot better than than it could be in most Western countries, but
Yeah.
there's certainly a lot of places where Christians are still being persecuted and killed.
Yeah, when reading this, I have to tell myself all the times to put myself into like the original audience, and also like right here, I guess I'll even say the disciples. Like, it's like what here will they will find hope in hope in what Jesus is saying, and I'm seeing the hope that like settle in your hearts not to work out beforehand what tale to tell. I'll give you a mouth and wisdom. Push down your opponents to be able to resist or contradict. You know, it's that crazy where it's like crazy to think that here King Jesus is saying like you are going to be attacked because of my name, but have your heart be at peace. You know, and I think that like boils down to what we probably will call the fear of death. I think anxiety is so like anxiety, depression, fear. You know, here in the West, like we don't, you know, like thinking Jesus that we don't have violent oppression that has to run rampant, but we're certainly like as a nation, and I have met thousands of Christians who are just anxious folks. But when I read this, I'm reading that Jesus is like, this is going to happen, but don't worry, I'm with you. And it makes me think like if King Jesus, like as we're looking, seeing like, okay, is this then? Is this now? And I think my answer is probably yes to that question. It was then and now. But if if they can trust King Jesus in their patience, serving, when it happens, it happens. I'll be with you. Then we certainly can trust King Jesus when it comes to like dealing with whatever anxieties that fill our everyday life. Does that make sense?
I mean, even with this, it's like Jesus warns that there's going to be a lot of people coming using his name, saying that he's the one that,
Yeah.
you know, the time has come. But he says, don't go following them.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a lot of speculation of, like, living in the last days, like, seeing all of these earthquakes and famines and plagues, all these, like, astronomical events, and it's like, there's even, like, websites out there where it's like they're tracking all of these things, seeing the frequency of them, and, like, correlating higher frequency to, you know, an approaching, you know, second coming into the world kind of scenario. But it's like, it talks about before all of that happens, there's really going to be, you know, persecution. There's going to be a witnessing of, like, the story told to the people. There's going to be betrayal by parents and brothers, sisters, relatives, friends, like, people that you love. You're going to be hated because of his name. But then the thing that he really points to is the way to keep your lives is to be patient. There's, like, there's a lot of date setters where they come out with this, like, date for, say, the second coming, and so they bank on it as much as possible, trying to capitalize. And so they'll, like, write books and stuff and, like, try and make as many sales as possible to make money, and then people will, like, believe that, and then they'll, like, start selling all of their houses, all of their possessions, and, like, acting erratically. But it's like many of those, you know, hi Cody, many of those predictions end up being false. People realize that after that date has come and gone. And so then they're in a situation where it's like they just sold everything, maybe even donated the proceeds, and then they're stuck in a position where it's like they wish they hadn't have done that. And so this warning to, like, keep patient as a way of, you know, preserving your life. It's like, don't bank on Jesus's return being, like, tomorrow and, like, wanting to sell everything you have and just hoping for that to solve all of your problems. Because when he returns, there's still going to be life going on. And so just be patient. Just continue in, you know, doing what is righteous, living a life of leading people towards God. Don't, you know, don't be a big dummy. Think about what you're doing. And so that's what I'm seeing with, like, you know, the last two verses in particular. So it's like, persevere. Put your faith in God. Continue to spread the gospel. Even if you are killed for it, if your faith is in God, you know, not a single hair on your head will truly be lost.
You know what's interesting is we also get from the historian Josephus is pretty much right after Jesus, you get a lot of people saying that they're the Mashiach and they're, you know, leading a rebel against Rome, and they'll be out off in the deserts.
Yep. I mean, yeah, the whole Bar Kokhba revolt did not end well.
Yeah, so it's one of those things though where when it comes to
That's my food.
is your food? Okay.
Making rice. Keep talking. I'm listening.
When it comes to like other movements trying to I guess drag people away. Like I could certainly see how followers of Jesus were experiencing this not too far after Jesus' death and resurrection. But then I could also see like how followers of Jesus today. And so it's really cool how Luke can record a direct conversation to the disciples and everyone else who's listening, and also be talking to us, talking to people down the line. Right.
Makes me wonder if the disciples saw like all of these signs as being fulfilled, and they're like, "Oh, Jesus is going to be back like pretty soon after this," and then we just been waiting 2,000 years. Because it's like they saw the nations rising against each other. You had the kingdom of Judah rebelling against Rome. I'm not sure how many earthquakes they had going on back then. I think Pompeii happened kind of around the time of the destruction of the temple. I think it was like 95 AD, so a little after that. I don't know how many famines and plagues they had, but I'm sure there were some terrifying omens as well. The great signs in the heavens, possibly referring to like blood moons and solar eclipses. It was like, I'm sure many of them were doing what a lot of people are doing today, of like seeing all these signs and thinking, it's close, it's gonna happen in our lifetimes. Which is kind of what they were already doing with, Jesus being on the scene, thinking, hey, he's gonna conquer the Roman Empire right now. But nope. It's like mankind is just eager for all the problems to be fixed right away. But God has, a plan in place with times he has determined already. So, I think our small lifetimes kind of limit the view of those much bigger plans, which is interesting.
It's something that was revealed to me. I think I was reading Revelation today, and how the order of operation of revealing things that are going to come. It's like God reveals it to Jesus. Jesus tells the angels. Then the angels tell John. And then John tells the church. And so it's really interesting that it's not even Jesus knew the date and hour. But we get this much from Jesus walking here on earth from his limited scope. All right. A news reader announces. And you don't mind reading after me, David?
Cody,
Sure.
what are you doing?
A newsreader announces that an asteroid passed close to the Earth. When they say close, they mean about 500,000 miles. But in terms of the solar system, that's quite near at hand. It shows, as one commentator said, that the planet Earth is in a bit of a shooting gallery. If I have lived in ancient Greece or Rome or Egypt, instead of being in the modern world, with efficient telescopes watching and well-trained scientists ready to explain everything they see, the sight of a strange moving light in part of the sky where there hadn't been anything before would at once have been seized upon as a sign something dramatic was going to happen. These near misses happen about once a century. Of course, if the asteroid hit the Earth, something dramatic would have happened all right. Not only would it make a hole nearly a mile across, but the energy released as it did so will be the equivalent of several atom bombs. No question of the significance of that. But in Jesus' day, dramatic and unexpected happenings in the night sky were often thought to signify more than just physical disaster as large objects crashed to Earth. People looked at them carefully because they believed they would tell them about the imminent rise and fall of kings and empires. And when Jesus' disciples asked him how they would know when the frightening events he was talking about would take place, that's probably the sort of thing they had in mind. Surely Jesus would want them to know, and so will give them signs to watch out for. Jesus will give them signs of a sort. We'll come to that in the next section. But actually, the main thing he wants them to learn is that there will be a period of waiting when they'll have to be patient through dangerous and testing times. But what great event will they be waiting for? Luke, more than all the other Gospels, has prepared us for the answer. His alert readers will not be surprised at Jesus' prediction. It has been anticipated in many sayings over the last 10 chapters or so, and Jesus' dramatic action in the temple was a prophetic sign, warning of what was to come. The temple, the most beautiful building one could imagine, adorned and decorated by the skill and love of hundreds of years, and occupying the central place in the national life, religion, and imagination. The temple itself will be torn down. It had come to stand for the perversion of Israel's call that Jesus had opposed throughout his public career. If he was right, the present temple was wrong. If God was to vindicate him, that would have to include the temple's destruction. This was as unthinkable for a devout Jew as it would be for an American to imagine the destruction of the White House, the Washington Memorial, and the Statue of Liberty. Only much more so, because the temple signified 1,000 years of God's dealing with Israel.
Jesus' warnings about what the disciples will face in the days to come clearly indicate that he will no longer be with them, but that they will still be marked out as his followers. Others will come pretending to be him or to be his spokesman. I had a letter this morning, as it happens, from someone claiming to be the reincarnation of Jesus. Yet, the world will be convulsed with wars and revolutions, all the more alarming because, without radio, television, telephones, or newspapers, people would hear of such things by rumor from travelers, and would pass on the news with additional speculation until a border skirmish had been inflated in the telling to become an all-out war, and the emperor's occasional sneeze had been exaggerated into a fatal illness. Jesus clearly expects that amid these turbulent times, his followers will be marked out as undesirables. People would retain a memory of Jesus as someone leading Israel astray, deflecting people from keeping the law, and from defending the national interest with its dangerous talk of God's kingdom, of peace and grace for all. When the going got tough in Israel and to Jewish communities around the world, those who were known as Jesus' people would be in the firing line. And quite soon, non-Jewish communities would follow their example. Families would be split. Sometimes it would seem that the Christians were the ones to blame for everything, the ones everybody loved to hate. If everything needed patience, they would need it then. Jesus promises, though, that he will give them what they need during this time of warning, a mouth and wisdom. This promise should not, of course, be taken as license to ignore the hard work required for regular Christian teaching. It refers to the times when people are on trial for their lives because of their allegiance to Jesus. The story of the first generation of Christianity, the time between the resurrection of Jesus and the fall of the temple in AD 70, bears out these prophecies, and many early Christians would testify that Jesus had indeed been with them and given them words to say. But this passage, though vital in its specific reference to that first generation, has a good deal to say to the subsequent church as well. Wherever Christians are persecuted for their faith, and, sadly but not surprisingly, this is still common in many parts of the world, they need not only the prayers and support of their fellow believers in more fortunate places, but also the comfort and encouragement of these words. Don't let anyone deceive you. A chance to tell your story. I'll give you wisdom. You'll keep your lives through patience. These are still precious promises, to be learned ahead of time and clung to in the moment of need.
I like that. Precious promises to be learned ahead of time and clung to in the moment of need. 'Cause who knows? Who knows when madness will hit someone or hit a group of people. Right. Any thoughts, Ethan?
I think this dog is a little too clingy.
Oh yeah.
He does like his attention.
Any thoughts, David?
Not particularly. You pretty much covered what you already had.
Sweet. All right, I'll pray. King Jesus, you are just delightful. You're such a good God. Thank you that for this glorious times among brothers and everyone else who can join us. You're a good God, and we just declare allegiance to you. May your rule and reign be evident in our lives as we ourselves are walking the life movement and calling our brothers and sisters all around us and our family and our friends and community abroad to be part of this life movement, because there's no greater life movement from what you have started in your death and resurrection, Jesus. Thank you for your ministry here on earth as we try to model your rule and how you ruled. Thank you for modeling this, the serving power. You are not a bully. And as anyone in power, anyone just knows, it's so easy to just throw one's weight around. So, in that, King Jesus, forgive me for any times that I've just thrown my weight around and not embodied your serving power. There's no greater, better way to be together than with the serving power example that you embodied. Thank you, King Jesus, that you're with your people. You're with your people who cling to you right after resurrection, and you're with your people now. Giving us hope and courage in the evil days. Amen.
Amen.
All right. We're ready for some Path of Exhale 2.
All right.
Unfortunately, I think you do need to go ahead and leave here because need to need to catch up on sleep a bit.
Okay.
All right. See you
Sounds
later.
good, man. I love you, David. I'll catch you later.
Yep. See ya.
Which will
You can use use that use the laptop if you want to. So all you need to do is, so that mouse is connected, just minimize. Here, I'll just put this in. But hit that minimize right there. So I have this, and then right click. Oh, sorry. Go ahead and hit display settings. We'll just extend it. And then it says show only on 2. Just hit extend. Just extend these displays. Yeah. Boom. It'll get on. And hit keep changes. There we go. Alright, and then hit the X, and then we're going to put this in overdrive mode so it can shove all the hit fans and power. And then where it says silent, hit that. Hit Turbo Beast.
Literally Turbo Beast.
Mm-hmm. Alright. And then you can just put on Path of Exile too. You're going to need to log into your Steam. Just hit Steam, and then yeah. So if it'd be easier, you could set that one as your main screen. So right now the laptop is being considered the main screen, it looks like. So you could just hit display. You could click that and type in display settings. Yeah, that's fine. Duplicate or extend to. Right there, the top one's fine. Let's hit open. There we go. Hit number 2. Scroll down. Oh, is that what I consider my main? Go up. Hit 1. What? It says, it's not giving me the options. Okay, let's hit the X. I don't know what's happening. Just right click the background. Now display settings. Now hit number 2. Now hit that. Make that my main. There we go. I mean, you can literally just drag it or hit Steam. You need to sign out, so hit change accounts. Continue. Can I quickly get your help, listen, really quickly? I actually want this as surprisingly as far left as possible because it hits this and I can't get it centered.
What do you mean as far left as possible?
This, the base, as far left as possible.
Oh.
So I'll just hold the
Just
laptop.
on the same page. Alright. Cody, Papa Jeff.
Yes.
Alright, so I did something bold. I made brown rice, but I took half a teaspoon of vegetable oil and mixed it in with the water.
Oh yeah. Does it taste good?
See how it tastes. Just heat it up a little bit.
All right, let's do the first boot of the game. Discord. No overlay. Get that off. Skip. No. No, 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 no. Don't want your overlay. I have a second screen for a reason. Actually, both statements are true. Both statements are very true. Ooh.
Not here.
Come on. Wow. Game looks good.
A well, but it's run dry.
Like, yes, chase me in my poison. That's fine, you can chase me.
Toxic rain! Too weak, too slow. A lot is little more than out of mana. That would only slow me down.
Quickly.
Speak up. forth. Prepare yourself. Quick and lethal. That would only slow me down.
Quickly.
Young one. Do not wander.
Greetings.
The winds change direction. young one. Do not wander. Nowhere to run. Miasma. Quick and lethal.
Was that like poison? Oh, I see. There we go. Toxic rain. King's will.
I'm out of mana. Too weak, too slow. In my sight.
Endure, Rashi. The desert's thirst dies today. Your interruption changes nothing. My reign begins now.
I need more mana.
Embrace your destiny. It is mine to collect, not where you stand.
Miasma.
Our time is now. Paradon shall rise. From every angle. I am Legion. Not where you stand. Our time is now. Death from every angle. Paradon shall rise. I am Legion. My empire on board.
Some prick. Led like any other. That would only slow me down.
How can I
Young one. prince? Then I'll give you a royal ending.
It is done. The first barrier is safe. I will take it back to the surviving Sarkari.
No. We must conduct the gifting of water as soon as possible.
You would still enact a ritual after such disruption?
Yes. Greater things are at stake. The Marquette must unify so that we can go to war. Let us return and prepare.
Was impressive work. You may not see the Order of the Jinn in Orieth, but we'll be there, doing what we can. May you have warm nights on your journey.
The gifting of water went well. We are ready. I will make preparations. We shall meet you in King's March. Move swiftly.
Quickly.
Hello? Do not wander.
I could do without the attention.
What have you learned? Let us seek out Doriani's reserves, whatever they may be.
Before us stands Mount Crier, the most isolated peak in the Azmiri Ranges. At its summit, you will find the Quachik Vault. There is no predicting the state of those within. If their discipline and loyalty endure after all these generations, they will know us by a certain phrase. Tell them, the time of the sparrow has come.
The time of the sparrow has come. All right, got it.
If they will not listen, I will come to assist you. Remember, subdue them, but do not kill them. They will fight for us one way or another.
Indeed. Just between us, the existence of this Quachik Vault gives me pause. How many other plans does Doriani have in motion? Keep your eyes open. Time is short. Make haste.
Good day to you. I'm Hilda. Been roaming the world for some time now, hunting all manner of beasts. And as soon as I get my arse back to Mount Crier, it's all turned to shite. My tribe has fled the region. Someone was roughing them up. I got one guess who. Lythara, a skilled hunter from a neighboring tribe, has lost her mind. She and her followers drove my people out, and she turned on her own. I'd sort her out myself, but she packs quite a punch. If you're heading up the mountain, you'll have to deal with her. But there's something else I'd ask of you. There's one beast I've not been able to best. A yeti, deep within the caves of Mount Crier. A truly fearsome bastard. Many claim to have seen him, just not up close. One thing's certain, though. You'll hear him. Oh, an unmistakable howl against the icy winds. Seek him out, slay him, and bring me his tusks. I'll make it worth your while. Outstanding. Be careful. He's a tough bugger. Hunt like it's your last.
Welcome to Mount Crier. Not the friendliest peak in the Ranges. Keep your footing, keep your wits. You might just leave with both intact. If not, well, these slopes are littered with folk who made the same mistake. Keep your wits about you.
choking cloud. In my sight. Rather not break my back.
Quickly.
Speak.
What brings...
Go on. This is all we have. Gold is useless to me. Take it. I will make use of this. Of course.
Miasma.
You have space back there? I can switch over to that chair if you need more. Be more comfortable. What the heck? Okay, game. That like that, will you? Fight Lothia the way with spear.
Nowhere to run.
Alright, something we should probably do. College of F or not NIS. Probably. At least change the default. Make sure the default is not on broadcaster. So the default set on sound. It's not going through the stream. Hit Windows. Option at the bottom right. Sound set. Put it on. Alright, then put speakers, pluggable audio. Yep. Perfect.
Choking cloud.
So you can literally hit right now it's stuck at 90 frames, so you can just hit no upscale. So what that does it's how like technology now like will make it so it will put it at a lower resolution but then multiply it. So that's like the upscale stuff. Like right now it's just locked at 90. So I mean you could put higher frames. Right now since it being 1080p, you could probably push it if you want to.
How can I...
Yes? This is all we have. As expected. A useful trade. A useful trade. Indeed.
I could do without the attention.
Oh, I see.
light, stay alive.
Yes.
How can I...
Yes. These are our supplies. I will make use of this. As expected. Of course.
The solstice draws near, but the owls bring me worrisome tidings. They speak of erratic behavior, of whispers in the night. The spear of Draelin has been attacking animals for cruel
I'm just gonna quickly clear my inventory.
rather than as a necessary hunt. Her
Greeting.
Speak. This is all we have. As expected. Gold is useless to me. Take it. Indeed.
There's a salvage bench. Like every time we're in a new town, you have to remember where the salvage bench is. Alright, here.
My king died by the spirit's will. You'll die by mine.
Find on your own. That I can't forgive.
Submit to the storm. Spirit, guide my spear.
Join the one.
How can I...
Yes, this is all we have. Time is of the essence.
No.
miasma. Ugh. Sickening.
Really creepy. I'm gonna detonate this. How far back does it go? Neat.
Choking cloud. Got no pack space for that.
Greetings.
What is it? Quickly.
Are your skills considered melee skills?
Gold is useless to me. Take it. will make use of this. Of course.
Got no pack space for that.
Quickly.
Go on. Choose what you need. I will make use of this. Of course.
All right. Back. So you found the cave?
Toxic ray.
See if we can lure him over here.
Big thing.
I guess not. Like they're getting stuck. It is what it is. You know, I'm such a silly goose. I do have on kill effect. When they die, if they die, whatever poison they have gets bled. You hear what I said, Ethan? Not really. I have a decent class. It heals 1300.
Miasma. Meet your end.
What does that mean? Like flashes flat out don't work? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Thank you though. Well, this thing's glitched. You don't mind opening the screen since you closed it?
How can I?
Yes, these are our supplies. I will make use of this. Gold is useless to me. Take it. Go.
Heads up. I just heard fireworks, so. Oh. Found him.
Strong, I'll give you that.
so well. And I get distracted by Doggo back there attacking his bed. That's fine, I'm dead, so you just keep going.
How can I...
Well, look at you then. Quite the hunter. Oh, these'll fit in nicely with my trophy collection. I thank you. Perhaps we can work together again sometime. Go well.
That's you calling it?
Yes. Quickly. I will make use of this.
Oh yeah, I don't even think your dog will let you have a life outside of watching him.
Time is of the essence.
Quickly.
One must always be willing to change.
All right, guys. Might be back. Might be not. I don't know. I want to go and eat something. So peace.